next question.
They said
or
the
else
stock
we're not
market
gonna have
will
time to
boom
talk about it.
if I'm elected. If he's elected, the stock market will crash.
Okay.
Hello, I like money.
Hello everybody, welcome back. Over the last 5 days, and more specifically a month, the S&P 500 has been getting railed, like Arizona State sorority girls. But for people who have been investing since 2023, this feels like a stock market crash. To be completely honest with you guys though, I don't even think this is horrible yet. Some people are even calling today Black Monday, which is absolutely hilarious. To be honest with you guys, I think right now we're in somewhat of a state of like a healthy correction. I'm honestly not worried whatsoever yet, and that comes from me losing $600 in my portfolio today. Honestly, I was expecting a lot worse when I loaded up my Schwab app this morning, after a few tries, of course. Today I'm going to be sharing some of the opportunities that I think are most appealing in today's market, more specifically my portfolio. I'm also going to be sharing, more on a long-term basis what I'm planning to do with my portfolio. Some reconstruction is going on, so I'm going to be sharing what I'm doing specifically today. But if you look at the S&P 500, this is the worst levels we've had since like April, so I don't know why people are panicking that much. Like, I was expecting a lot worse. I saw futures down, like S&P Global was down like 8%. Honestly, the only thing that I'm worried about is running out of cash of buying too many stocks. Right now, you're seeing a lot of the big tech get absolutely smoked, and that's kind of been what's driving down the S&P 500. But if you are in some more defensive plays, you're holding up a little better than the rest of other people right now. But could right now be an awesome opportunity to get some of these tech stocks that you haven't been able to get to? They're trading at all-time highs consistently over the last 10 years. Let's take a look. Alright, so looking at the Mag 7 over the last month, and obviously 1 month performance is the most indicative factor of whether a great company is on sale or not. For legal reasons, that's a joke. But in all seriousness, the worst performing over the last month is Amazon, down around 20%. And I believe right now, out of all the Mag 7, Amazon is the most attractive valuation by far. I have a fair value of Amazon around $230 to $240. I discussed this in my last video for my portfolio update, but I've added Amazon to the portfolio. I think it's a very high quality business. I see them driving competition out of the water. I think the only op that we really have right now is Lina Khan, that dirty wicked witch. And of course, I'm going to invest in any company that Lina Khan hates. But in all seriousness though, Amazon is such a giant. Their business is very strong. I also think that Amazon is less susceptible to any AI crash compared to some of the other companies on this list. I think it's the least priced into the company. I've definitely been building up my Amazon. I think below 160 is a really good deal, but I'm being patient with it right now because I could totally see an instance where it falls even more for a prolonged period of time, and I don't want to deploy all my capital at 160, right? So I'm being aggressive but patient at the same time. Next, we have Apple. Apple's been really weird recently. They've had a really nice kind of AI run, but Warren just sold half of his stake. People are obviously going to follow him out of it. They've had a rough day today, but I mean, Apple's such an awesome business regardless. But I do think this new little AI thing they have in their business, same with Microsoft too, I don't love it in terms of how they're going to be priced because of it. I'm investing for it other than AI. So I mean, most realistically, if I'm going to buy Apple again, probably 180. Maybe I'd add a little bit, but then 170, 160 again. I'd be happy to add more at those levels like I did. Then we have Microsoft. This is a company I haven't bought since 2022 at around $230. Oh, those were the days. But Microsoft has had an AI run recently, and they've had insane performance until now. Now they're down around 14.95%, and they're currently trading around $390. I think if they got around 350, 360, I'd start adding more again. They've definitely grown their cash flows since 2022. Microsoft's just such an awesome business, though, regardless, and I have nothing to really hate on it. When it comes to the other companies in the Mag 7, I'm not going to be buying Nvidia, not going to be buying Tesla, probably not going to be buying Meta. And Google's the one I'd most likely add, but probably not at these prices. It would have to go on a really significant dip, and probably further dip than some of the other companies on this list, but I just don't see that right now. What I've more so been doing is building up my SHG position, which is still up 22% in the last year. I want to make SHG 15% of the portfolio, while SHD is 10%. And I just like the overall exposure to all these companies through SHG. I think it's a really solid long-term ETF. Very good hands-off option, so I've been building that up. Gives me exposure to some of these businesses that I don't want to directly invest in just because the valuations are so lofty, and it gives me good weighting. SHG over the last month is down 10.74%, so a very healthy correction there, and I'm happy to add more at these prices. I think long term, SHD and SHG is going to compound like a mother effer for me. A company that I've actually been trimming out of recently is Realty, not Reality Income. Now, Realty Income, I believe, is one of the lower quality positions in my portfolio right now, looking at its actual business structure. But it's a lot more of a defensive play, and it's actually been trading up around 11% over the last couple of months. I think right now is a really good time to get out of some Realty Income kind of positions, some more defensive plays, and put it into some some more higher growth, good opportunities for the long term. And that's why I've been selling out of my realty income and reallocating that capital into an individual equity. Depends on the time of day. Like for example, today SHG was down a whole lot, so I just sold out of 2 shares of realty income, trimmed out of it at a tiny loss, put it in SHG. I think I'm going to get a much better total return over the long term. Very happy to do that, and especially as realty income's trading up too. Alright, hope you guys appreciate the transparency. Hopefully it can be a little calming voice to you. If you guys hate Lena Khan, make sure to drop a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Do dividend, stocks out, jogs, and have a good one.